It was one of those mornings in Japan where the sunlight feels as though it's gently encouraging you to get up and chase your dreams. Among those possibilities was something that many young people had long aspired to, owning a home. It wasn't just about four walls and a roof. It was about stability, a safe space to grow, and a reflection of personal achievement. And in recent years, with more creative housing options and dedicated professionals in the real estate field, that dream was becoming more attainable.
大丈夫なんですが。
ケンちゃんどう？
ここなかなかいいんじゃない？ルナは？
ちょっと駅から遠すぎる気がするんだよな。あと築年数古いのもちょっと嫌なんで、ね。
俺はルナがいいなら別にいいけど。
これちょっと、ペットもダメなんですか？
ペット。ペットもですね。ちょっとここは無理ですかね。
そうね。こっちだとちょっと予算は
終わりました。
お疲れ様です。さっきのやつだ。
いやー、それはちょっとなんか間取りが気に食わないんだよね。
間取りですね。
そう、なんかちょっと変な感じがして、部屋の位置とか。
まあデザイナーズですからね、ちょっと間取りが独特なんですよね。
Hibiki understood that dream better than most. She had been in real estate for years, but what made her stand out wasn't the number of properties she sold. It was the way she treated every client as if they were her only one. For her, real estate wasn't about transactions. It was about trust. That morning, she met a newlywed couple, Aki and Sora. They were young, optimistic, and had been saving diligently for their first home. Their story wasn't unusual, two people starting a life together, eager to find a place they could call their own, but their journey was personal and unique. She believed that being punctual wasn't just about professionalism. It showed respect for other people's time and excitement for what was ahead. As she waited, she looked over the notes she had prepared from their previous conversations. Aki wanted a space with natural light and a small balcony for plants, while Sora dreamed of a kitchen large enough to cook for friends and family. So she decided to help her colleague. She replaced him to support and advise customers. When she arrived, the greeting was warm and friendly, more like old friends catching up than a formal business meeting. She sat down and listened as they shared updates about their search.
すみません。私、夏目と申します。田中に代わって、私がお調べいたします。よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。
Instead of launching into a list of available properties, Hibiki asked thoughtful questions. She wanted to know not just what they needed, but how they imagined their daily life in their new home.
中平健様ですね。
はい。
はい。
Where would they drink their morning coffee? How would they celebrate birthdays? Did they want to hear the quiet hum of the city outside their window, or the peaceful rustle of trees? As they talked, she made notes not of features to sell, but of feelings to fulfill. Hibiki knew that the most satisfied homeowners weren't the ones with the biggest or fanciest spaces, but the ones who felt a deep connection the moment they walked through the door.
城南エリアでお探しなんですね。
はい。
この辺りは割とファミリー向けの物件が多いんですが、お二人のご予算、なるほど。
In conversation, Hibiki had a clearer picture. She suggested they spend the afternoon visiting a few apartments she had in mind, not with the expectation of making a quick decision, but simply to explore and see what resonated with them. They agreed, and as they stepped outside, the city seemed to welcome them into its vast network of possibilities. Hibiki walked a few steps ahead, ready to guide but never push. She believed in patience and the idea that sometimes the perfect home reveals itself when you stop trying to force the choice. The afternoon air carried a gentle breeze as Hibiki led Aki and Sora toward their first stop, a bright, modern apartment on the 5th floor of a building with a quiet courtyard. Inside, sunlight streamed generously through the wide windows, landing perfectly on the hardwood floor. Aki stepped closer to the balcony, taking in the view of a small park across the street. Sora wandered toward the kitchen, running a hand across the smooth countertop. "It's nice," he said thoughtfully, "but maybe a bit too compact for the dinners we want to host."
ケンちゃん
え、何
いや、ちょっと古いねって少し。
まあ言われてみればちょっとね。
あ、またお父さんからだ。ちょっと出てくるね。
あ、うん。
すいません。
ごめんなさい。
いいえ。
お父さんがケンちゃん今度家に連れてこいって。
そうなんだ。
どうしよう。
Hibiki didn't try to change his mind. Instead, she nodded, taking note. "That's valuable feedback," she said warmly. "Let's keep this as a reference point and see if the next one fits better." The second apartment they visited was larger, with an open-plan kitchen that seemed to light up Sora's expression immediately. The balcony here was wider, giving Aki the perfect spot for her plants. They walked through each room, imagining where furniture might go, how the sunlight would move throughout the day. But as much as they liked it, there was something intangible missing. "It feels a little formal," Aki admitted as they stepped back outside. "Beautiful, but not quite us." Hibiki understood. A home should feel like an extension of who you are, not just a space to live in. And sometimes, even when everything looks perfect on paper, the feeling simply isn't there. By the time they reached the third apartment, the sun was beginning to lower, casting a warm glow across the city skyline. This place was in a quieter neighborhood, with tree-lined streets and small local shops tucked between residential buildings. The apartment itself was modest in size, but rich in character-arched doorways, a window seat in the living room, and walls painted in soft, welcoming colors. Hibiki watched as Aki and Sora began picturing themselves in the apartment. Sora imagining dinner parties, Aki claiming the window seat. She urged them to take time, valuing their comfort over a quick sale. For Hibiki, guiding them toward a home was about patience, trust, and finding what truly felt right. 2 days later, Aki and Sora met Hibiki, torn between excitement and worry. She reassured them, reviewing the apartment's details while urging them to imagine its long-term fit. A cheaper online option tempted them, but Hibiki reminded them that value was about quality of life, not just cost. Revisiting the third apartment confirmed their feelings. It felt like home. Together, they calmly finalized steps toward ownership. Sora thanked Hibiki for making the process feel human. She smiled, saying, "A home is never just a property. It's the heart of your life." Their decision was made with confidence, trust, and no regrets.
でもよかったですね。お父様に同棲認めてもらえて。
はい、ありがとうございます。仕事が慣れたら結婚したいってちゃんと両親の前で言ってくれたんですよ。正直びっくりしたけどすごい嬉しかった。だよな。まあ、いっかないと。
The morning of the handover arrived. Aki and Sora stood outside their new apartment building, their excitement almost tangible. Hibiki approached, holding a key in his hand and a warm smile on his lips.
では、こちら、鍵になります。
ありがとうございます。
Hibiki handed them the key. They turned to her with gratitude that went beyond words. As Hibiki left them to enjoy their new space, she walked down the street with a quiet pride. Her work had never been about chasing numbers or building a name for herself, but rather about guiding people towards something meaningful. Still, word of her dedication had spread. More clients came to her through recommendations, and her reputation grew not as someone who simply sold properties, but as a trusted guide in one of life's most important decisions. To her, success wasn't measured in transactions. It was measured in the lives she helped shape. Hibiki knew there were more stories waiting to unfold, more keys to be handed over, more beginnings to witness. She smiled, ready to continue her work step by step, heart by heart.